Awareness on scammers on Facebook and other social medias that affects our services. This is something very important to learn that has been kicking up again online with scammers on Facebook, YouTube, etc. before diving in too deep. To be aware about them in our daily lives too, watch at Scammer Payback on YouTube for updated info and much more. This is their expertise in these other ways that affects our daily lives. In this audio video, I discuss this a little further by explaining more. This is a heads up on how to detect and prevent this from happening to you and your clients or viewers if you go live. Some pretend to be readers, and some of them are doing dark magic practices from overseas that are more harmful than America's dark magic practices. To us readers or healers, and to our clients and viewers, this will be info on how it happens, what signs to look out for, and what to detect and prevent. Let your loved ones and friends and in-time clients, unless you are already certified through another course, let them know by making your own awareness post or what you want to do if you do notice this is happening or happened to you. If you feel inclined to, you can send emails or make posts or what type of way and how you want to warn your viewers and clients if you provide services online and have got your certification from another certification course that you took. When I was going live on Facebook and YouTube, around 2015 to 2020, I was not aware of what was going on. None of us was. And so we thought it was okay to have Facebook open worldwide. And YouTube was doing the same. I think still is on YouTube. I noticed most of my views are still from overseas. These locations at the time seem to be from India, Nigeria, Russia, and some other places. Please keep in mind, just because there are people out there doing this in these locations, this does not mean everyone from there is the same. Many wonderful, trusted people. It's just very unfortunate they make us more cautious than we should be. But have to not only protect ourselves, but also our clients and viewers. If you have experienced this, or anyone that you know has, please share the story with us in our Facebook group. If you are on Facebook and have sent me a request to join, if you know of other ways to prevent or how to detect, please also share that with us as well. We will greatly appreciate it. When I was doing live videos from Facebook and YouTube, using my StreamYard account or live from one or the other, such as Facebook or YouTube itself, it started with people commenting on my viewers' comments that they will give them readings or spells or any type of service work they were offering them, and how to contact them through the comments they were leaving on there for them. Then it went into actually commenting for wanting a reading from me. While some were still commenting on the viewers' comments, I noticed this while giving them their readings. They would pretend to be a few ways, as well as purposely drag it out and keep taking up my time and viewers' time waiting for their readings. By stilling the reading, I'll give 2 examples of their personalities so you can identify the ones asking for our services through live videos. First example, one was very enthusiastic and excited and a little doubtful, of course, because that part makes you awe. I'll help you with your reading. He mentions he's afraid his girlfriend was in dark magic and causing him harm because he was interested in another girl. And he was afraid for the two if they would meet or if he was able to hide it. Because the dark magic user was abusive, but he really liked the other one. And then after reading into all of those, then goes into my grandma did dark magic. I started questioning the validity of his comments and questions. He then says, I'm also interested in another girl besides those two, and it kept going a bit more. Finally, I said, okay, I think you're just playing around now. Then he and another friend on there was saying, oh, she caught on. They were joking around with each other about it, but keeping it fun and light, a false light. What happens is, one distracts while the other is causing harm to me and all who were on the live video by doing their dark magic, silently cursing, spells, ill intents, and such. Some ill intentions are not on purpose because they might be jealous of something or not happy. They were also tampering with the room it was being filmed in. So it is very dangerous when they are on our live videos or have any access to our pictures or our clients and anyone on our social media. They pretend to be light and love, which is far from the truth with them. They have learned to mimic spiritually enlightened people very well. They also play on our heartstrings. So it seems legit with the abuse they have gone through, and how can we help them? Puts us on high alert, and we're taught to offer help by giving them numbers or contact info or a way to contact their local services for help, but they distract us by saying things as I can't because I'm afraid I will be caught by my husband reporting him and the abuse, etc. It's those type of scenarios that makes us feel helpless as readers and try to figure out how to help them with readings, to help escape or what the reading is for. Their plot is keeping us distracted and lose viewers, but missing their turn for readings. When they tampered with our room, we're in shooting the video at. When they do their dark magic to us and our room or our pictures. What happens is paranormal activity can kick up. Some people can die from this. Some people lose jobs or families or ill health, either enhances or starts getting ill, etc. The list goes on and on. They are in our Facebook groups. Some are silent and some are causing harm. That's why I and others have created new Facebook groups from scratch and only allow specific people. Details on this are further down in a few. Second example? This lady said that she was an orphan, her mom disowned her, and so many other heartbreaking things. After a while, I started catching on to it. I remembered my other past experience with the one that spoke with me, which is the example of the one written above. Then I was guided. This is another method of how they are doing this, so they will work on our heartstrings and keep the attention on them even with the other viewers on the live video. And again, we lose viewers because of spending so much time on them. Some lose money if they are charging during their live videos, and the viewer or client won't come back because of this. However, many readers, etc., are trained to move on to the next question and create ways to prevent this, and offer them a suicidal number to call in their country, or some way they can offer help. And move on to the next viewer in line. They don't say it is because of dark magic scammers, but I can tell some of it had to be because of this experience too. Sounds and feels heartless to do that, because some are in dire need. But sadly, this is one way we can move on from dark magic scammers and not lose viewers or clients. We can say a prayer or prayer intent with them, and or at the end, after the live video is done, do our own prayer or prayer intent. Up to you how you feel it is right for you to do, but always ask first if it is okay if you can do that with them or for them, because you will know the pace of how you do your readings and if it is better to do the prayer intent then or after. I spoke with a lady who mentioned what she used before social media and how she did her work. It was still an online method then, and she ended up closing shop and her health is through the roof, very severe, so she fell victim to this too. I am confident some of the Christianity versus New Age wars that were going on partly started because of these dark magic scammers. Well, so, my guidance says, it's no proof. No one is being taught this nor made aware, because many ex-New Age mentions how dark it got for them. It was out of control, etc. Here are my examples that might be fitting to some of their stories, that I had to be guided to fix this, and am free of it today. I hope this is helpful for you or anyone that you know, so they too can get this curse and spells, etc. off of them too, and get back to our divine love and light works. Once my guides were warning me, I mean clearly to before it stopped. Yes, I too lost the guidance. It was completely silent. I was not able to do readings for myself or others. How to prevent it is by on Facebook, you can go to the pages that you do your services at and select the country options and hide the ones mentioned or ones that you feel could be what you are not needing. I would give specifics. But Facebook keeps changing their options. So by the time you are reading this, I am sure those options are changed somehow by now, LOL. And it will be hard for me to remember to come back to this section to update it each time FB updates. Luckily, I am updating this at the moment. And yes, LOL, so far I have not seen those options that I use to choose to block and allow which countries to view my pages. I might have to dig around a bit further to see if it is still on there. Starting a new Facebook group or joining Facebook groups. For your personal profile, you will want to be hidden to be found somehow, unless you choose to give permission for someone to find and follow you. Another option aside from these reasons are the other scammers. If you see a friend of yours asking to be followed again, please check their profile first and check their recent posts and see if they wrote that they have been hacked. If they haven't, then wait until you know for a fact it's them. Then you can follow. If not, please don't follow those accounts. Your Facebook account could get hacked. Or leave it to be accepted until your friend lets you know that they have been hacked. Scammers are using people's pictures and names and fooling us by thinking they had to make a new profile. Another method was they would pretend to know you from the past and say things like, remember that time you were so drunk that you passed out, and then they give a false story that they met you that away, in hopes you would be kind and pretend to keep going along with the story. Or that you'll be confused and think, well, I was out of my mind back then, so that story could be true. Then they wiggle their way into scams somehow, Sometimes those types end up being the sex type scammers, asking for nude pictures and a meetup somewhere to do porno and make money, etc. Very scary stuff they offer and advice, and threaten if they don't get your nude pics. In general, with any method, they threaten and scare you by playing on fear, or they play on compassion. Another way is called romance scammers. They are using people's pictures and pretending to be of service somehow, like a military person or a firefighter or an oil worker, etc., and in time give sob stories and will romance you and ask for money. An example of this is one who said how he has been offshore for months, wanting to go home, but they're not letting him go home yet. Then a few weeks later, he almost made his way home, but is now jumped by random people robbing him as he was going back to his hotel. So he needed some money to stay there until he can get a plane ride home, and for the hospital bill. And it goes on and on with things like this, while playing on heartstrings and promises that they will meet you one day, and tons of sweet nothings, but is extremely romantic and knows exactly what to say. Pretty scary, actually. They're trying to crack down on this. I think even Dr. Phil's show covered some of this at the time this was happening. I saw a preview of it then, but only so much can be done. There's no help for this, other than being aware and blocking them from communicating with you. They will bleed someone completely dry of their money. Meanwhile, while you are chatting with them or any of the types of scammers, they are either going through your profile, contacting your friends, and trying to do the same to them, or hacking the profiles. Being mindful of these types of scammers is important too. We can spread the info to our clients. We can help detect if one of their loved ones is being scammed like this. Many things that we can do with this awareness, but it is highly important to keep yourself, your loved ones, and your clients safe from these scammers. You will find ways to protect against this for yourself and all who follow your social medias. I wanted quickly touch base on what I had to do in order to fix the dark magic that was placed upon my house, that location that I filmed at, and myself. First, I had to tap in with my guides and find out what to do. I let them lead the way. But first, that's where we all have to learn which ones are true. I am teaching this further in this course. All of us mediums have to learn who is our true, pure, divine love and light guides. Because if we don't say words like that, we're working with any type of guide, including the dark ones. So I had to first connect and make sure that I was connected with pure, divine love and light guides. After I did that, I allowed them to show me what to do. I don't remember the full process, but I do remember at one of the locations, I would feel there was 2 archangels and they were hovering above my work area where I filmed at. One was on each side and there was a rainbow going between them that was connecting with them, and they were getting me to connect with the rainbow as they were radiating some energy down at the location where they were helping me cleanse it out. But as I said, there was other locations and other steps that I had to do as well to cleanse those locations too. So definitely, if you feel this has happened to you, trust in your pure divine love and light guides. Later in this course, you're going to learn more of how to ensure that you're connecting with pure divine love and light guides, because what usually happens with every medium is what we have to do, like a purging process of releasing what is no longer serving our highest goods, including sometimes dark beings are pretending to be light and love when they're not. So we have to purge these devil entities and other types of beings that are on our soul path. And then once we do that, then we're connecting with a true, pure, divine love and light sources. This will also be taught further in the course, as well of how to purge and cleanse for your soul path.